Hello there, everyone. Callum here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Odyssey. So, I watched this movie maybe like Sunday, August 1st, I want to say, and that movie was pretty good. We will be getting into spoilers, but the movie's been out for like, I think four weeks prior, or even like two. So, spoilers, but you probably already know that. Let's get into it. So, the Odyssey starts pretty rocky. I feel like if you don't have the attention span for like long movies and like trying to understand like the first like 10 minutes, it like just starts suddenly like at the snap of the finger, like you don't know what's going on. And like the first 10ish minutes it spends explaining to you what's going on. And then maybe in like the 30 minutes, first 30 minutes, you know exactly what's going on in the movie, which essentially is that Odysseus and his army and Agamemnon and his army too went to go invade Troy, and it's been like 15 years or something, and he still hasn't come back. And that's like essentially what happens at the beginning, and it's just like telling what's happening at present time at where Odyssey Odysseus ruled over. And I think it's pretty like hard to follow on. You gotta like be like super attentive to it to figure out like everything. But like he has like, well, Odysseus has like a wife named Penelope, played by Anne Hathaway, and she is, well, about to getting pressured to remarry someone, and there's a bunch of like suitors in like the king castle or whatever you want to call it, and they're trying to get Penelope to become like a king. So Odysseus' son, played by Tom Holland, I don't remember the name, and even if I did, I'd probably like butcher the pronunciation. Odysseus' son is like, I don't want my mom to be dating these people. I want Odysseus back or whatever. And like these people are really bad people. Like he fucking like they just start like kicking Odysseus's dog and like bullying Odysseus's like most loyal servant or something. And so like these people are very horrible people that are trying to marry Penelope, Odysseus's wife. And then like it goes back and forth between like present time, I guess you could say, like 15 years in the future from the invasion of Troy, and then it also goes into the invasion of Troy. I think it does pretty good, like keeping both together. And mainly it'll be following like the 15 years in the past, where you're going like, it's like traveling, they're like invading Troy, but that's like at the end. Like you don't see the invasion of Troy, even though that's first in the timeline, I guess you could say, before Odysseus actually leaving to invade Troy. So it's like a very confusing way it's set up, but you will follow along and understand it pretty quickly. Like, so it goes from Odysseus invading Troy to him like leaving from the battle, and they go on like they raise the sails and let the winds guide them. They end up coming across like a Cyclops dude. He's like ginormous. They do this cool like symbolism where like the Cyclops grabs one of the soldiers and he like bites it in like that art that everyone knows. It's like the, I don't remember the name, but it's like the giant eating the, I think it's like Saturn's painting or something, where like it's a giant guy eating a smaller guy, like that. They also referenced it in the backrooms. Also good movie. And it was pretty cool because the Cyclops, and pretty much most of it is all like practical effects. Like you got like puppets, like the Cyclops was like building size, or like tree size, and it was like giant tree size. And it was like, wow, this looks super realistic. This is the fucking coolest shit I've ever seen. And then so like they are trapped in like the Cyclops cave after following a bunch of sheeps. So they're slowly getting picked off by the Cyclops, and eventually they're like, we're gonna kill this guy, you know? So they go up to the Cyclops like with a burnt wooden stake, and like one person slashes his neck and like stabs him in the eye. It's pretty cool again. But then he starts like whining and then asking Poseidon for like his help. And that's like basically the whole premise on how Odysseus and his men, like his legion, slowly like fall into like worse and worse scenarios till eventually all of them die. I'm not gonna spoil all of it, but I'll spoil like some of the good parts. There's a like, and then it goes to like more fucking badass practical effects, like the best fucking shit you've ever seen. And I was like smiling the whole time. It was like there was a few parts where you'd be like, oh man, that's disturbing. But I was like, this is the best fucking movie I've seen in a good few years. And that's what I'd say to anyone interested in watching it. Now, we're going to go into some of the controversies of it, mainly like the actors. It's not really like a huge controversy, but it's like a lot of people have been turned away from the movie because of this type of stuff. So we got like a few of the people being changed to like black actors, or I think they had it like a transgender in it. None of these were bad things at all. Like, I don't think that Travis Scott being like the bard at the beginning of the movie really changes the experience, or like the transgender being like a young kid. I will say that they could have picked someone younger for the young kid though, because like the transgender, she's like they're like 40. Sorry for that. They're like 40, and they're playing like a 16-year-old, but you could see like the wrinkles and stuff on her face. So I mean their face, and that's just not good at all. And I do think they could have picked like someone at least younger. I do think that a lot of like the people they chose though were pretty good, and they really played their roles like good in the movie. So there's not much complaints. And usually these type of people, they're usually people who, like the people complaining, they're usually people who just don't have anything better to do, and they've never heard of the great outdoors and the legendary grass, you know. So they're like, all they do is complain about random things like that. And that's not really like it doesn't really affect the movie, and these people just need to get a life, the people complaining. And so like the movie is really good. I was going in like no expectations. I've never watched a Christopher Nolan movie either, so I'd actually say that this is one of the best movies I watched. The same day I actually watched Spider-Man Brand New Day too. I think it was its opening weekend, and I came in, it was like, I'll do another video on that again, maybe tomorrow. I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Now I'm going to go into why I'm pivoting from like a self-improvement to just, well, it's not going to be movie reviews, but I'm going to do like just talk about whatever I want, because I think that's a lot better. And I think it's a lot better because I was making like a bunch of self-improvement videos, but in the end I didn't actually feel what I was talking about. So it was like, I don't really want to like make videos. But this, I could easily like sit, like Odyssey, I could easily sit down and talk like about it for like 30 minutes straight. But I don't want to get into like spoilers or anything. And I just want to change this channel to more of like a discussion channel rather than just like self-improvement. I do hope you guys enjoy this change, and if you don't like it, you could always unsubscribe. Thank you for your subscription, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a blessed day and have a good night. Bye bye.